Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you guys in class today. Here we learn and have fun, and I know that you do love fun. If you do, I want to hear you scream. Today we are going to learn how to divide decimal by one-digit whole number. Let's start right away. We have 8.92 divided by 2. To do this, you simply have to draw the division symbol. Then inside you write 8.92. Then you write 2 here. Then you start with the first digit. The first digit here is 8. I always start with the first digit. Then you ask yourself, how many times can 2 go into 8? Or you can say, what is 8 divided by 2? 8 divided by 2 is 4. Write 4 at the top. Then you multiply. 2 times 4, that gives 8. Then you subtract. 8 minus 8, you have 0. Now we are done with digit 8. After that 8 that I circled, what do you see next? The next thing is the decimal point. So you take the decimal point up. Then after the decimal point, the next digit is 9. Bring 9 down. Anytime you bring down a digit, you must divide. So how many times can 2 go into 9? That would be 4. So you write 4 at the top. Then you multiply 2 times 4. That gives 8. Then you subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. Then you write your 0. Then is there a digit we can still bring down? Yes, there is. You bring down 2. Like I told you before, anytime you bring down a digit, you must divide. So, how many times can 2 go into 12? That will be 2 times 6. So 2 will go into 12 6 times. Then you multiply 2 times 6. That gives 12. You write it. Then you subtract. 2 minus 2, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. 0. So the answer is 4.46. Let's look at the next one quickly. We have 64.4 divided by 7. Easy. Just draw the division symbol. Then inside you write 64.4. Then you write 7 here. I always start with the first digit. So I'm starting with 6. Can 7 go into 6? No. 7 can't go into 6 because 6 is smaller than 7. So because 7 cannot go into 6, you write 0 at the top. Then you do 2 digits, which is 64. So how many times can 7 go into 64? That should be 7 times 9. So 7 will go into 64 9 times. Then you multiply 7 times 9. You have 63. Then you write it. You subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. 6 minus 6 is 0. Now that we are done with this 64 that I circled, what is the next thing? The next thing is the decimal point. Take the decimal point up. Then you bring the next digit down. Okay? Now, anytime you bring down a digit, you must divide. So let's divide. How many times can 7 go into 14? 7 will go into 14 2 times. So you write 2 at the top. Then you multiply 7 times 2. That gives 14. You write at the bottom. Then when you subtract, 4 minus 4, you have 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Then 0. Now the 0 that you have in the answer has no value, so you can cancel it. So that the final answer becomes 9.2. Very easy. Let's look at the last question. We have 0.284 divided by 5. Now for this one, as usual, all you have to do is you draw the division symbol. Then you write 0.284 inside. Okay? Then you write 5 here. I always start with the first digit, so I will start with 0. 0 divided by 5, that will give you what? That will give you 0. Then you multiply. 5 times 0 is what? 0. Because any number times 0 always gives 0. So you write 0 at the bottom and subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. Now that we are done with this digit 0 that I circled, after that digit 0, what do you see next? The next thing is the decimal point. So this red dot, you will write this red dot at the top. Then after the decimal point, the next digit is 2. You bring 2 down. Now what did I tell you to do anytime you bring down a digit? I said anytime you bring down a digit, you must divide. So let's divide. Can 5 go into 2? No. 5 can't go into 2 because 2 is smaller than 5. So because it is not possible for 5 to go into 2, you will write 0 at the top. Then you bring down the next digit, which is 8. Now, how many times can 5 go into 28? That should be 5 times. So you write 5 at the top, then you multiply. 5 times 5. That will give you 25. Then you subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. Then 0. Then you check, is there still a digit we can bring down? Of course we have. You bring down 4. Now anytime you bring down a digit, you must divide. So how many times can 5 go into 34? 5 will go into 34 6 times. You write 6 at the top, and then you multiply. 5 times 6, that gives what? 30. You write it, then you subtract. 4 minus 0 is 4. 3 minus 3 is 0. 0, then 0. Now, for you to continue with this division, okay, for you to continue, there is something that you can do. See, here the remainder is 4, but I don't want to stop here. I don't want to have a remainder. So for me to be able to continue, what I will simply do is I'll add a 0 here. I'll write a 0 there. That black 0, I added it just now. Okay? That is what you do when you want to continue your division. So you bring that 0 down. Alright? So the number at the bottom becomes 40. And anytime you bring down a digit, you must divide. So how many times can 5 go into what? 40. That will be 8 times. So you write 8 at the top, then you multiply. 5 times 8. That gives 40. Then you subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0. Okay? So the final answer is 0.0568. Here we've come to the end of the lesson. If you enjoyed my video, please do well to hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to share it with your friends. Like they say, good things are worth sharing. Bye.